Warning: if you're new to trading, this video isn't for you. Still figuring out stop losses? Go ahead and close this now. If you think trading psychology is just woo-woo, this won't land for you either. Still hunting for the next best indicator? Click away. This message is for the experienced trader, the one who knows how to trade but keeps sabotaging their own success. Still here? Good. That means you're exactly who needs to hear this. Now, let me add to that warning. We're about to talk about things that go deep. Trauma, self-destructive patterns, the hidden parts of your mindset that quietly shape your results. And I need you to understand this clearly. This video is for awareness and growth. It is not a substitute for therapy. So, pause and check in with yourself. If you're not in a strong enough mental space to explore your own inner struggles, please don't keep watching. Now may be the time to speak with a professional. Because this is the deep end. Don't dive in unless you're ready to swim. But if you're still here, then buckle up. Your journey starts now.
Section 1. The $2 Million Deception. Let me tell you a hard truth. 95% of trading educators are misleading you. And yes, that includes me. It took losing $2 million for me to finally see what's real. Let me take you back. February 17th, 2019, 2:47 a.m. I'm sitting in my home office. 6 monitors glowing in the dark, lighting up the wreckage unfolding in front of me. My wife is asleep upstairs, trusting me with our future. My kids are dreaming peacefully, completely unaware that I just erased their college fund. I stared at the number on my screen, hoping it wasn't real. Negative $2,137,431. Not a simulation, not a paper trade. Real money. Gone. My hands weren't shaking anymore. They'd gone numb hours ago. Inside, it felt like my heart had been ripped out and replaced with a block of ice. And here's what stung the most. I did everything right. I had a strict routine. I meditated daily. I kept a journal so detailed it would put a Navy SEAL to shame. But I still lost. Twice. You want to know why? Because discipline isn't the solution. Discipline is the problem. Let me show you something. Think of the most disciplined person you know. A soldier. An Olympic athlete. Now put them in front of a trading screen. Their entire life savings on the line. Give it 5 minutes, and you'll see them fall apart. I've watched Green Berets panic sell. I've seen world-class athletes chase losses like desperate gamblers. Because trading doesn't test your discipline. It exposes your identity. And most of you are trading with someone else's. Here's the part the books never tell you. The first law of trading psychology. Your account balance is a perfect reflection of your inner balance. Not your strategy, not the market, you. Let's get real. On Monday, you're Warren Buffett. Calm, patient, long-term thinker. By Tuesday, you're a Vegas slot junkie. And by Friday, you're a revenge-driven maniac, desperate to make it all back. So ask yourself, which one of you is actually trading? You've got 5 personalities battling over one account, and then you wonder why you're inconsistent. But I meditate, I journal, I follow my rules. Yeah, so did I. I had a 47-page trading plan, every scenario, every outcome mapped out. And none of it mattered when my wife got cancer, when I needed to make money. That's when the disciplined trader disappeared. Who showed up? A terrified husband, a desperate father, someone willing to gamble everything just to hold it all together. And that's when I learned, your true identity doesn't appear when things are calm. It shows up under pressure. And guess what? The market knows this. It's built to break you, to press every psychological button you have until the real you steps forward. So let me ask you, who are you when your mortgage is on the line? When your spouse is asking you if you're okay? When you haven't slept in 3 days? Because that's the trader making your decisions. Ready to meet him? Take a breath. Now think back to your worst trading day. Not the biggest loss, but the day you acted least like yourself. What triggered it? Fear? Greed? Desperation? That trigger owns you until you learn to own it. Let's keep going.
Section 2. The Suicide Trade. This next part, it gets dark, but you need to hear it. December 3rd, 2020. That date is burned into my memory like a scar. I was down 80%, one trade left before margin call. But let me take you deeper into that room. The coffee in my mug, cold for hours. A dry ring stained the desk, a silent marker of where I still had hope just that morning. My phone sat face down. 47 missed calls from my broker. I didn't need to see the screen. I already knew. Outside, life kept moving. My neighbor was mowing his lawn as if the world wasn't ending. Normal people, doing normal things, while I sat there quietly preparing to commit financial suicide. I placed the trade. Full leverage, no stop loss. My finger hovered over the mouse for what felt like hours. Then, click. That wasn't trading. That was self-destruction. But here's the twisted part. I felt relief. No more pretending, no more hope, no more lies that tomorrow would be better. Win or lose, it would finally be over. You know what no one tells you about rock bottom? It's weirdly peaceful. There's a comfort in giving up. No more fighting, no more struggling to stay afloat, no more lying to yourself that you're okay. Most traders, they're not really trying to win. They're trying to prove they deserve to lose. Let me share something with you. The second law of trading psychology. Every blown stop loss is a suicide note from your past self. Think about that. Every revenge trade, that's self-sabotage. Every FOMO entry, that's self-destruction. Every time you adjust your stop loss, that's self-harm. You're not bad at trading. You're excellent at unconscious self-harm. And please hear me when I say this, it's not your fault. You're not weak, you're wounded. And wounds can heal, but only once you understand where they came from. I call it poverty consciousness programming. It starts young. You probably don't even remember when. Maybe it was your parents arguing about bills. Maybe it was your father's face as he opened that credit card statement, or your mother's stress at the grocery checkout line. Your young brain absorbed it all. Money is hard to make. Money causes pain. Success doesn't last. Struggle is noble. Suffering is virtue. Now fast forward 20 years. You're at your trading desk. A trade goes green too quickly. Your subconscious whispers, "This is too easy. Something must be wrong." Profit comes fast, you give it back. Success feels smooth, you complicate it. And here's the truth. The third law of trading psychology: the market pays you exactly what you believe you deserve, to the penny. Not what you want, what you believe you deserve. And most of us, we've been programmed to believe we deserve to struggle. That suicide trade, it didn't destroy me. It saved me. Because losing everything forced me to ask one question, a question that changed everything. Why am I so committed to destroying myself? And the answer was hiding in plain sight.
Section 3. Your hidden trading personality. Here's the plot twist. You don't just have one trader inside you. You've got 3. And I'm not speaking metaphorically. I mean this neurologically. Let me introduce you to your internal trading team. Trader number 1, the reptile. This is your brainstem, 500 million years old. Pure survival mode, fight, flight, or freeze. It reacts in microseconds. It doesn't understand money. It only understands danger. Trader number 2, the mammal. This is your limbic system, 150 million years old. It runs on emotion and memory, seeks pleasure, avoids pain. It bonds with others, chases status. To this trader, the market isn't just charts, it's tribal warfare. Trader number 3, the human, your neocortex, just 200,000 years old. Logic, planning, strategy. This is the one who reads trading books and writes rules. But guess what? It's the rookie on your team. Now let me ask you, which one of these traders takes over when you're stressed? Hint: it's the same one that used to run from saber-toothed tigers. Here's what happens when you see a red candle drop. Your amygdala fires instantly. It doesn't know the difference between a 50-pip dip and a tiger leaping at your throat. Within 0.02 seconds, faster than conscious thought, your system floods with stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine. Your heart races, pupils dilate, breathing shortens. And here's the killer. Your prefrontal cortex, where your plan, logic, and discipline live, goes offline. Blood literally drains from your thinking brain to your reactive brain. At that moment, you are no longer a rational trader. You're operating with the IQ of a frightened lizard. And you expect to be disciplined in that state? That's the problem. Most trading strategies, they're built for your human brain. Some try to appeal to your mammal brain. But almost no one teaches you how to train the reptile. Until now. Here's my daily protocol, what I call reptile training. 4:47 a.m., the cold truth. I stand in front of the shower. I know what's coming. This isn't about hygiene, it's about warfare. That cold water, it's not water. It's resistance. It's death and rebirth. I turn the handle. Ice water crashes down. Every cell in my body screams, "Stop!" But I don't move. I breathe like a maniac. I smile like a lunatic. 15 seconds, panic sets in. 30 seconds, my brain tries to negotiate. 45 seconds, I surrender. 60 seconds, power. By the time I sit at my desk, I've already conquered fear. The market can't scare someone who chose hypothermia for breakfast. Here's the science. Cold exposure activates your sympathetic nervous system in a controlled, intentional way. You're telling your reptile brain, I choose this stress, I control this fear. Do this for 30 days, and the data is crystal clear. Threat response to red candles drops by 70%. Cortisol spikes, now manageable. Your ability to stay calm under pressure, transformed. This isn't mindset. This is neuroscience. This isn't motivation. This is biology. Journal prompt. Tomorrow morning, put your hand in ice water. Time how long you can hold it. That's your current fear tolerance. Track it for 30 days and watch what happens to your trading.
Section 4. The Winners Who Went Broke. Here's a truth no one wants to admit. More traders go broke after becoming profitable than before. I've coached hundreds, and the pattern? It's terrifying. Year 1 and 2, struggle, learn, grow, stay humble. Year 3, finally profitable, confidence builds. Year 4, complete destruction. Let me tell you about Marcus. Former military, disciplined, relentless, spent 2 years refining his system. He finally cracked it. Made $120,000 in just 8 months. I'll never forget the call. I did it! I friggin' did it! I'm finally a trader! 6 months later, different call. I lost it all. More than all. I owe my broker $30,000. Same system, same market, different man. What happened? Success killed his humility and replaced it with arrogance. Because here's the truth. Success is more psychologically dangerous than failure. When you're losing, you're careful, you're humble, you respect the market, you analyze every mistake, you stay a student. But when you're winning, oh, that's when the demon wakes up. Increase position size? I've got this figured out. Skip analysis? I can feel the market. Ignore stop loss? I know where it's going. Break rules? Rules are for beginners. And that brings us to the 4th law of trading psychology. Your biggest winning streak is your countdown to destruction. Because the market, it's patient. It lets you win just long enough to believe you're special, to forget you're mortal. Then, it reminds you. Let me be real. 2019, I made $500K trading. 2020, I lost $1.2 million. Same strategy, different human. Success turned me from student to guru, from systematic to psychic, from humble to hubris. And the market, it humbled me with cold mathematical precision. Now, after every winning month, I do something most people would call insane. I practice losing. I open a simulation account and deliberately lose 10 trades in a row. Not to learn a new strategy, to remember humility, to feel the sting, to remind my ego, you are not special, you are not chosen, you are not a genius, you are just someone following a process. My wife thinks I'm crazy. My account stays stable. Coincidence? You decide. Exercise. The humility protocol. After your next winning week, write down 10 ways the market could destroy you next week. Not to invite failure, but to protect yourself from the most dangerous emotion of all, false confidence.
Section 5. The addiction nobody discusses. It's time to talk about something the trading world refuses to admit. Trading is more addictive than cocaine. And no, that's not a metaphor. It's neuroscience. Dr. Andrew Huberman's research shows that variable reward schedules trigger the highest dopamine release. That's how slot machines hook people.
That's how social media keeps you scrolling. And trading? Trading is the ultimate dopamine slot machine. Every single trade, a hit, win or lose. Win? Big dopamine spike. Loss? Still a spike. Pain is its own kind of high. Break even? The relief creates its own reward. Now throw in leverage? That's concentrated dopamine. Add 24/7 markets? That's unlimited access to your drug. And you wonder why you can't stick to your rules? You're not undisciplined. You're high. You're trading under the influence of your own brain chemistry. Let me take you inside the mind of a trading addict. 3:17 a.m. I wake up, not from an alarm, but instinct. My body knows. Asian session opened 17 minutes ago. I grab my phone. Just checking, I tell myself. EUR/USD moved 30 pips. My heart races. I'm not even in a position, but the possibility, that's enough to trigger the rush. 4:45 a.m. Still in bed, still watching charts. My wife stirs. "You okay?" she whispers. "Yeah, just going to the bathroom," I lie, phone in hand. 6 a.m. Haven't slept, again. Don't care. Because the charts feel more real than my actual life, and my family feels like an interruption. This isn't passion. This is addiction. Here's what withdrawal looked like. Day 1, hands shaking. Day 2, hourly anxiety attacks. Day 3, dreamed about candlesticks. Day 5, irrational anger at everything. Day 7, my wife said, "You look different." Day 10, first glimpse of mental clarity. Day 14, first moment of peace in years. That's when it hit me. I wasn't a trader. I was an addict in a suit, a junkie with a Bloomberg terminal, a gambler who called his vice investing. And like any addiction, cold turkey doesn't work. You need replacement. You need structure. You need a dopamine detox. The dopamine detox protocol. Week 1, digital boundaries. No phones in the bedroom, alarm clock across the room, phone charges in the kitchen. First urge to check prices, 20 push-ups. Week 2, trading hours only. Charts open from 9:30 to 4. That's it. After hours, gym, family, real life. Weekend markets, pretend they don't exist. Week 3, scheduled doses. Check positions 3 times per day, max. Alerts only for emergencies. Charts are now like medicine, prescribed doses. Week 4, new reward system. Replace trading highs with fitness highs. Morning workout equals earned right to trade. No workout, no trading, period. The test. Can you go 48 hours without checking any price? If not, you're not trading, you're using. And the market is your dealer. Stop. Before we go deeper, be honest with yourself. Which part of this journey hit the hardest? The identity crisis? The self-sabotage? The reptile hijack? The success that turned into arrogance? Or the addiction that stole your peace? That is your entry point. That is where the real work begins. Still think discipline is your problem? Or are you starting to see the real enemy?
Section 6. The Money Trauma Complex. Let's go where it hurts. What's your earliest memory about money? Close your eyes. Go back. Further. Not just to what happened, but to what you felt. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Mine? Age 7. A quiet, suburban kitchen. Dinner's over. My dad slams a pile of bills on the table. "This is all we have." His face red with rage. My mom crying silently. And me? Standing in the doorway, invisible, absorbing everything. The kitchen light hums overhead. The smell of burnt coffee lingers. And just like that, the sound of my childhood ending. Now fast forward 30 years. Every time I see profits, I still hear that scream. Every green day, that same kitchen tension rises in my chest. Every withdrawal, I become that scared little boy again. And I wonder why I give it all back. I'm not trading. I'm time traveling. Your trading patterns aren't random. They're replays of the past. Let's break it down. Common scripts. Parents fought over money. You create volatility. Family lost everything. You unconsciously repeat history. Dad was a workaholic. You trade 18 hours a day. Mom said money is evil. You punish every profit. Grandpa lost everything in the Depression. You expect catastrophe. You're not trading the market. You're trading your trauma. And here's where it gets darker. Modern science, specifically epigenetics, shows trauma doesn't just live in memory. It alters your DNA expression. That's right, your grandmother's poverty during the war, your grandfather's bankruptcy in the 70s, your parents' fights over rent. Those aren't just family stories, they're cellular programming. Dr. Rachel Yehuda's research on Holocaust survivors, it proves trauma passes through 3 generations. The fear, the scarcity, the need to survive. It's not just in your head, it's in your cells. The 5th law of trading psychology. Your trading account is your family's financial trauma on replay. Until you break that cycle, you're not trading, you're channeling ghosts. Here's the protocol that changed everything for me. The Ancestral healing trade. I sat at my desk with my biggest winning statement beside me. And next to that, a family photo from 1952. My grandfather, fresh home from the war. My grandmother, a survivor of the Depression. Their faces, etched with survival, not prosperity. I stared at both until I could separate 3 truths. Who I am, who they were, what I choose. Then I spoke out loud to their photo. I see your pain. I honor your struggle. Thank you for surviving so I could thrive. But your war is over. Your depression ended. I don't need to carry your scarcity anymore. I release you. I release this. I choose abundance. Your story ends with me. Sounds crazy? Maybe. But do you know what happened? My P&L curve went vertical. Not slowly, immediately. Like I'd been trading with a parking brake on for 20 years and finally released it. Tonight's assignment. Write 3 lists. Your earliest money memory in vivid detail. Your family's money stories, what you heard growing up. Your current trading fears. Be brutally honest. Now, connect the dots. You will see the pattern. And when you do, that awareness is the first step to freedom. Section 7. The Loneliness Epidemic. Let's talk about something no one warns you about. Trading is the loneliest profession on earth. More isolating than writing, more solitary than lighthouse keeping. Why? Because writers can share their work. Lighthouse keepers don't lose their family's savings. But traders? We suffer in silence. Can't share your wins? Friends think you're bragging. Family thinks you're gambling. Strangers think you're lying. Can't share your losses? Friends offer useless advice. Family panics about money. Strangers vanish without a word. Can't share your process? No one understands the language. No one feels the pressure. No one gets the isolation. So what do? We bottle it up, and it ferments into something toxic. Here's what nobody tells you. Isolation amplifies every psychological weakness. Fear becomes paranoia. Greed becomes mania. Loss becomes depression. Wins become delusion. When you trade alone, you're trapped in an echo chamber of your worst thoughts. November 18, 2018. I lost $100,000 in one day. I stared at the screen like it had to be a mistake, a glitch, a typo. But the margin call email confirmed it. 6 figures, gone, in 7 hours. I sat in my office, door locked. Outside, I could hear my kids playing. "Daddy, come play." "Daddy's working." But I wasn't working. I was dying. That night, I went to dinner with friends, laughed, smiled, told jokes, pretended everything was fine. Inside, a black hole was eating me alive. Drove home rehearsing how I'd tell my wife, or whether I should tell her at all. Maybe I could fix it. Maybe I could borrow. Maybe I could hide it. Then my 6-year-old daughter climbed into my lap. "Daddy, why are you sad?" "I'm not sad, sweetie. Your eyes are sad." That shattered me. That night, I did the scariest thing I'd ever done. I told my wife everything. Not just the $100K. All of it. The other losses, the maxed out credit cards, the nights I couldn't sleep, the fear, the shame, the weight. Her first response? Silence. Then she said, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" "I didn't want you to worry. So instead you let me live with a ghost? You think I didn't know something was wrong?" The next day, I took a trade. First winner in weeks. Not because I changed my strategy, but because I was finally free. The truth? The weight of hidden losses is heavier than the losses themselves. The connection cure. Find one person, not a trading buddy, someone who loves you unconditionally. Tell them your biggest loss, the number, the date, the pain. Your deepest fear, be specific. Your real reason for trading, not money, deeper. Watch how your trading transforms when you stop hiding, when you stop being two people, the successful trader everyone sees, and the terrified gambler no one knows. Integration is power. Secrets are poison. Choose connection. Choose truth. Choose freedom.
Section 8. The Success Impostor Syndrome. Here's the most twisted part about becoming profitable. You don't believe you deserve it. Every winning trade feels like theft. Every profitable month feels borrowed. Every withdrawal feels criminal. You're not celebrating. You're waiting for the universe to notice its mistake. Let me take you to a night I'll never forget. I made $50,000 in a single day. Biggest win of my career. I should have been ecstatic. I should have popped champagne. I should have walked in the house grinning. But instead, I sat in my car in the garage, engine off, for an hour, just sitting. My wife texted, "You coming in?" I replied, "Yeah, just finishing something." But I wasn't finishing anything. I was panicking because the money felt wrong, too easy, too fast, too much. My thoughts were spiraling. This can't be real. I'm going to lose it tomorrow. I don't deserve this. Something bad is about to happen. Win big, feel like a fraud, trade scared, create losses. See, I knew I didn't deserve it. You become so committed to being right about being wrong that you'll actually pay to prove it. Because society programmed you, hard work equals deserved money. Easy work equals suspicious money. Trading equals not real work. Your grandfather worked 50 years in a factory. Your father worked 60-hour weeks. You clicked buttons and made their annual salary in a day? Your subconscious revolts. This isn't how money works. This is cheating. This isn't fair. So what do? You sabotage the simplicity. You complicate it until it feels earned. Add so many indicators you can't see price. Overtrade until you're exhausted. Revenge trade to feel like you've worked for your profits. One day, staring at my biggest gain ever, I wrote something strange, something that changed my life. A letter to money. Dear money, I'm sorry I keep pushing you away. I'm sorry I thought dirty thoughts about you. I'm sorry I believed you were evil. I'm sorry I made you responsible for my family's pain. You were never the problem. My relationship with you was. I'm ready to receive you now. I'm ready to be friends. I'm ready to let you flow. Love, my name. Sounds crazy? That month, I made more than I had the entire previous year. Sometimes the market isn't the issue. Your relationship with success is. So here's the question that changed everything. What if I'm actually good at this? Not lucky, not temporarily blessed. Actually fucking skilled. Feel that resistance rising? That discomfort? That's not your intuition. That's your old programming fighting the truth. The worthiness ritual. Every morning, before the charts, write down 3 trades you executed well, even if they were losses. Then say out loud, I earned these results through skill and discipline. Feel the discomfort. Breathe through it. Do this until it becomes normal to own your success, because it should be. You're not an imposter. You're a professional in denial. We're going deep, deeper than most dare. Each section, peeling back another lie you've lived with. Some of you feel exposed, uncomfortable, seen. Good. That discomfort you're feeling, it's your old identity dying. Let it die, because what's being born is worth the pain. Still with me? Then let's go deeper.
Section 9. The Market Mirror Theory. Ready for a truth that'll scramble your reality? Here it is. The market doesn't exist. I'm serious. What you call the market is just pixels on a screen, reflecting your internal state. Think I'm exaggerating? Let me prove it. Here's an experiment I run with every new client. I place 10 traders in separate rooms, same chart, same time frame, same exact moment. Then I ask one simple question. What do you see? Trader 1, fearful. Resistance everywhere, trap forming. Trader 2, greedy. Breakout imminent, moonshot coming. Trader 3, angry. Manipulation, market makers hunting stops. Trader 4, calm. Consolidation, waiting for confirmation. Same pixels, 4 different realities. Why? Because you're not seeing the market. You're seeing your own psychology, projected onto numbers. Feeling scared? Every shadow looks like a monster. Feeling greedy? Every twitch looks like treasure. Feeling angry? Every move feels like manipulation. Feeling desperate? Every candle feels like salvation. It's not philosophy, it's physics. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle says, the observer changes the observed. In trading, your state changes what you can even see. I learned this the hard way. After my wife's diagnosis, I sat in front of charts I'd traded for years, and they looked like hieroglyphics. The market hadn't changed. I had. My internal world was chaos, and chaos can only recognize chaos. Try this tomorrow. It'll break your brain. The state site experiment. Morning. Rate your emotional state from 1 to 10. Write down what you're feeling, be specific, what you expect today, what you fear might happen. Then open your charts. Take a screenshot. Don't trade yet, just observe. Evening. Compare your state to your patterns you saw, the trades you took, what actually happened. Do this for 10 days, and the correlation will terrify you. You literally cannot see opportunity when you're in fear. You physically cannot detect risk when you're in greed. Why? Because your reticular activating system, your brain's filter, only shows you what matches your emotional state. A calm trader sees clean setups, clear exits, obvious paths. An anxious trader sees traps, threats, total chaos. Same chart, different universe. Once you accept that the market is your mirror, stop blaming manipulation. Stop chasing better strategies. Stop jumping between systems. And instead, start changing your state. Change your state, change what you see, change your results. It's not about mindset. It's not about motivation. It's mechanics. It's neuroscience. It's reality. Because the market you trade tomorrow is being created by who you are tonight.
Section 10. The Money Matrix Escape. You think you're trading Euro-USD? You're not. You're trading inside a psychological prison. And the bars? They're invisible. Built from your parents' beliefs about money, society's scarcity programming, media's obsession with fear, your own unresolved trauma, and culture's shame around success. You're not a trader. You're a prisoner who thinks chart patterns are windows when they're actually bars. Let me prove it. Answer honestly. Have you ever felt guilty making money too easily? Like you cheated the system? Like you should give it back? Ever closed a winning trade too soon? Ever added to losers or sabotaged your profits just because it all came too fast? That's not trading. That's the money matrix, defending itself. The matrix has 4 walls. Wall 1, the scarcity wall. There's not enough to go around. Your programming, if I win, someone has to lose. The truth? Over $5 trillion trades hands daily. There's more than enough. Wall 2, the worthiness wall. I don't deserve easy money. Your programming, suffering equals virtue. Easy is suspicious. The truth? Smart money is easy money. The hard way is often the wrong way. Wall 3, the effort wall. Money must require pain. Your programming, no pain, no gain. The truth? In markets, effort does not equal results.
Insight beats struggle. Wall 4. The identity wall. I'm not that kind of person. You're programming. We're middle class. I'm not one of them. The truth? Identity is just behavior repeated over time. Wealth isn't a type of person. It's a way of thinking. Break one wall, the matrix glitches. Break all 4, you're free. Warning: this next part is mental reprogramming, not financial advice. Use microlots or demo accounts only. You're not trading for profit. You're trading to rebuild your mind. The matrix breaking protocol. Tomorrow, deliberately break one wall. Feel too profitable too fast? Don't close it. Keep the position. Add to it, small size. Breathe through the discomfort. And watch. Nothing bad happens. Feel undeserving? Withdraw profits immediately. Buy something small but beautiful. Watch your guilt rise. And then what? Do it anyway. The world doesn't collapse. Think it's too easy? Simplify your system even more. Trade only the obvious setups. Sit in the laziness. Accept the ease. And notice, easy money spends just fine. Watch your matrix glitch. Feel the walls crack. That discomfort? That's not danger. That's freedom approaching. You've seen the prison. You've touched the walls. You've identified the cell. But here's the terrifying truth. To escape the matrix, the prisoner must die. Not metaphorically, psychologically. The you who built these walls can't be the one who tears them down. So now I ask, are you ready for ultimate liberation? Or will you just redecorate your cell and call it freedom?
Section 11. The Death of the Trader. This is it, the final boss of trading psychology. To become a great trader, the trader you must die. Not improve, not evolve, not level up. Die. Let me explain. With the darkest night of my life. January 9th, 2021, 3:23 a.m. I'd lost everything. Again. Third time. But this time, it was different. I wasn't in my office. I was in my car, parked at the overlook where I'd proposed to my wife 15 years earlier. Rain hammering the windshield. My phone glowing in the dark. Account balance, negative $341,291. Not just zero, negative. I owed money I didn't even have. And in that moment, I realized something brutal. The man who'd stood here 15 years ago, full of dreams, full of hope, he was dead. The trader who thought he could conquer markets, dead. The father who promised to create security, dead. The husband who swore to provide, dead. And for the first time, I didn't panic. I didn't fight it. I said, good. Let him die. Because that man was trading from ego, from fear, from image, from need. That man was never going to make it. He had to die for someone new to be born. I drove home, 3:47 a.m. My wife was waiting in the kitchen, coffee made. She didn't ask, she already knew. How bad? All of it. More than all of it. Silence. Then, so what now? I quit. Trading?
No. I quit being a trader. I'm done trying to be someone. She looked at me. Good. I never liked that guy anyway. The next morning, I opened the charts, out of habit. But something had shifted. Everything had shifted. I didn't need anything from the market. No desperation, no hope, no identity. I saw a setup. I took it. Like breathing, like blinking. No attachment, no tension, no ego. It won. I felt nothing. Just moved on. That month, plus 40%, best ever. Why? Because I wasn't trading anymore. The ego wasn't trading. The persona wasn't trading. The man who needed to win wasn't trading. Just pure execution. Just clean action. Just flow. The sixth law of trading psychology. The trader who needs to win has already lost. The trader who's already dead cannot be killed. Want to experience trader death without losing everything? Try this. The ego death exercise. Night 1. Write, I am a successful trader 100 times. Notice the attachment, the pressure, the need. Night 2. Write, I am someone who places trades 100 times. Notice the shift, the lightness, the freedom. Night 3. Write, I am 100 times. No roles, no labels, just presence. One statement is identity. One is action. One is truth. The trader dies. The trading continues. But now, it's just something you do, not who you are. Let the trader die. Let the human emerge. Let the game begin.
Section 12. The Pre-Market Prime. Let me show you the 15-minute ritual that transformed my trading forever. Not meditation, not motivation. This is systematic personality surgery. Every morning, no exceptions. 4:45 a.m., the wake. Alarm screams across the room. No snooze, no scrolling, no dopamine hits. First thought isn't, check futures. It's, who am I creating today? Because trading isn't about the market. It's about the operator. 4:47 a.m., the cold truth. 5 minutes. Bathroom, lights on. Strip down. The cold shower is waiting. But first, I hold a glass of ice water. Not to drink, to feel it. The chill creeps into my palm. My reptile brain panics. Danger! Discomfort! Stop! And I whisper back, I choose this. Then the shower. No warm-up, no mercy. Ice water hits. The gasp, the urge to flinch. The brain screams, run! But I stand there, still, present, breathing. Count to 60. 30 seconds, my breath finds rhythm. 45 seconds, I start to smile. 60 seconds, I've already won the day. 4:52 a.m., the purge. 5 minutes. Dry off, sit down, blank page, pen ready. I write the one fear echoing in my mind. What if I give back yesterday's profits? What if I'm not good enough? What if the streak ends today? Then I stare it down and write underneath, I see you. You're trying to protect me. Thank you,
but your yesterday's wisdom in today's market. I choose different. Then I burn the paper. Literally. Safely. Watch the fear become smoke. 4:57 a.m. The download. Eyes closed. Not to visualize success. I visualize the trader who creates success. I see him. I feel him. I become him. How does he sit? How does he breathe? What does he notice on the charts? I ask one question. What's our only job today? And the answer is always the same. Execute the system, nothing more. 5:02 a.m. The integration. Stand tall, power pose, chest open. Then 3 declarations. I am the system. I trade edge, not emotion. Every outcome is perfect. These aren't affirmations, they're decisions. 5:05 a.m. The bridge. Coffee. Same mug, same seat. But I'm not the same person who woke up. That guy, he's not qualified to trade my capital. But this version of me, he is. The results? Week 1 felt stupid. Week 2 felt different. Week 3 couldn't skip it. Week 4, best trading month ever. Not because the ritual is magic, but because consistency in being creates consistency in doing. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your rituals. Section 13. The Billionaire's Secret. Dubai, December 2022. 4 Seasons, 147th floor. I'm here for a trading psychology conference. He's here because he owns half the building. Meets me at the rooftop bar, orders water. You're the psychology guy? Yeah. Good. I need to understand something. A billionaire wants my help? I made my first 100 million in the markets. The second 100 was harder. How so? The first 100 I was hungry. The second I was scared. Scared of what? Losing it, becoming poor again, being nobody again. Even billionaires trade from fear. Then he leans in and says, "Want to know the difference between millionaires and billionaires?" "Tell me." He laughs. "Millionaires trade to get rich. Billionaires trade because they already are." I don't understand. He points to the Dubai sunset, molten gold on glass and sky. You see beauty out there? Of course. I see the same beauty in charts, not opportunity, beauty. When you trade from beauty instead of need, money is just applause. That's philosophical. No, that's the only difference between your account and mine. He stands. Come, let me show you something. We walk to his suite. 6 massive screens, real-time feeds. Watch this. He opens a position. Gold. Size. Could bankrupt a small country. His demeanor? Like he's watering plants. Aren't you nervous? That's 10 million? It's just numbers dancing. Watch. And then he starts swaying. Literally dancing. No music playing. Can you hear it? The rhythm of the market? You're insane. No, I'm free. Most traders are trying to take from the market. His position goes massively green. 7 figures. I'm not taking. I'm dancing. When you dance, the market dances with you. He closes the trade. Profit rolls in. His reaction? Nothing. Like breathing. Want to know my morning ritual? Absolutely. 5 a.m.,
I stand at that window. I say one thing. I am wealth, experiencing itself through human form. That's it? That's it. Then I trade from overflow, not need, from abundance, not scarcity, from play, not pressure. And that works? He gestures around the suite, gold fixtures, city skyline, peace. You tell me. That conversation broke something in my brain, or maybe fixed something that had always been broken. Try his technique. Tomorrow morning, before charts, stand tall. Feel wealth as your natural state. Not I want, but I am. Then, open charts from that frequency. Day 1 feels insane. Week 2 feels possible. Month 1, your account reflects your consciousness. You don't attract wealth. You realize you are wealth. The market doesn't give you money. It reflects your inner abundance or your inner poverty. Choose wisely.
Section 14. The Post-Mortem Protocol. How you end your trading day determines how you start the next one. But most traders, they end in one of two toxic states. Euphoria, I'm a genius, tomorrow I'll double down. Shame, I'm an idiot, tomorrow I'll get revenge. Both are poison. Ego and regret, two sides of the same losing coin. Here's the protocol that saved my sanity and my account. 4 p.m., market close. Charts closed, but the real work just beginning. 4:01 p.m., the capture. Screenshot every trade, win or lose. No judgment, no ego. Like a crime scene photographer. Capture the evidence, not the emotion. 4:05 p.m., the questions. Only 3 questions, but they cut deep. Question 1. Did I execute my system? Not, did I win? Did I execute the system? Yes plus profit equals successful day. Yes plus loss equals still a successful day. No plus profit equals failure hiding as luck. No plus loss equals lesson paid in pain. This one shift changes everything. Question 2. What did the market teach me about myself today? 1 sentence, 1 truth. I get impulsive after coffee number 3. I revenge trade on Thursdays. I fear success more than failure. Distilled self-awareness. No fluff, just facts. Question 3. Who showed up today? The disciplined professional? The desperate gambler? The frightened child? The greedy amateur? Name them. Know them. Because if you don't know who traded today, you don't know who will trade tomorrow. 4:15 p.m., the release. Stand up. Now, shake your body. Yes, seriously. Like a dog shaking off water. 10 seconds of full-body, ridiculous, wild shaking. You're discharging cortisol. You're releasing attachment. You're ending the energetic trade. 4:17 p.m., the reset. Hand on heart, 3 deep breaths. Today is complete. I traded with courage. Tomorrow is fresh. Then, name 3 gratitudes completely unrelated to trading. Your daughter's laugh. Your wife's patience. Coffee that finally worked. Why? Because your nervous system needs to remember. You are not your P&L. You are whole regardless. 4:20 p.m., the transition. Close the laptop, like closing a book. Today's chapter is done. Tomorrow's page, blank. Leave the trader at the desk. Go home as a human. The compound effect. Day 1 feels mechanical. Week 1 feels helpful. Month 1 feels essential. Month 3 transforms your trading. Because this isn't just a review ritual, it's a rewiring of your nervous system, of your identity, of your relationship with outcomes. You don't just need a better edge, you need a better ending. And this is how you build one.
Section 15. The Reality Architect Method. Here's the final truth bomb. You're not finding trades, you're creating them. This isn't some spiritual fluff. This is quantum mechanics. Your consciousness? It collapses probability waves into reality. Let's break it down. At every moment, the market exists in superposition, multiple realities, multiple possibilities. It could go up, it could go down, it could move sideways. All of it is true until you observe. Your observation, filtered through your emotional state, collapses potential into outcome. A fearful observer? You create threats. A greedy observer? You invite traps. But a calm, clear observer? You see clean opportunities. You think you're reading the market. No, you're writing it. This is the double-slit experiment of trading in action. Quantum physics proved it. Observation changes the outcome. And trading, it proves that consciousness creates reality. That setup you spotted, you manifested it. That loss you took, you authored it. That profit you made, you allowed it. You're not just a trader. You are a reality architect. Let's talk creation. The creation sequence. Belief shapes perception. Perception detects patterns. Patterns drive decisions. Decisions lead to outcomes. Outcomes reinforce belief. Master this loop, and you master your results. Warning: consciousness experiment. This is a mindset method, not a trading strategy. Respect your risk, honor your stops, because the mind transforms first, then the account follows. The architect's morning ritual. Before the markets open, design your day. Sit still, eyes closed. Don't hope, see. Visualize the setups before they form. Feel yourself entering the trade with precision. Sense the outcome even before it arrives. This isn't prediction, it's pre-creation. You're not guessing what the market will do, you're deciding what you'll allow. Olympic athletes do this. They run the race in their mind 1,000 times before the starting gun fires. They don't wait for success. They create it. And when you finally realize you're not at the mercy of the market, you are the author of your experience. That's when trading becomes art. And you become the artist.
Section 16. The Shadow Trading System. Let's talk about your dark side. Yeah, the part you hide, the part you deny, the part you suppress. Your shadow. Because here's the uncomfortable truth no one talks about. Your shadow is trading your account, and it's probably better at it than you are. Carl Jung called it the shadow self, the repressed parts, the denied aspects, everything you think you're not. In trading, your shadow shows up as greed if you see yourself as disciplined, fear if you think you're brave, rage if you believe you're calm, chaos if you pride yourself on being organized. Here's the catch. You can't destroy your shadow. You can only integrate it, or it will sabotage you. Let me introduce you to my shadow trader. His name? Chaos. He's everything I'm not. Impulsive when I'm structured, reckless when I'm careful, emotional when I'm logical, destructive when I'm trying to build.
For years, I fought him, tried to meditate him away, disciplined him, caged him with rules. But the more I ignored him, the stronger he got. Then one day, mid-trade, I did something radical. I asked him, "Okay, Chaos, what do you want?" He said, "To feel alive, to matter, to not be bored." So I made a deal. What if I give you one trade a week? Your trade, full chaos mode. Really? He asked. Small size, but it's yours. And just like that, something changed. My discipline improved. My calm returned. My profits grew. Because for the first time, all of me was trading, not just the good parts. The Shadow Integration Protocol. Step 1. Name your shadow. What's the opposite of your trading identity? Disciplined? Then your shadow is reckless. Conservative? It's a gambler. Technical? Maybe it's intuitive. Name it. Make it real. Step 2. Start a dialogue. Before each session, ask, "What do you need today?" Listen. Really listen. Maybe it needs one intuition-based trade. Bigger size, just once. Or maybe to skip the charts entirely. Step 3. Negotiate terms. I'll give you X if you give me Y. Like one chaos trade for every 9 disciplined ones. 30 minutes of random chart surfing for focused execution. Friday afternoon off in exchange for Monday morning intensity. Step 4. Honor the deal. Whatever you promise your shadow, keep it. Break the deal, it breaks you. Keep it, it starts to trust you. The Shadow Trading Rules. Shadow trades are marked ST in your journal. Always small size, 1/10 your normal. Win or lose, you thank the shadow. No judgment, just observe. 3 months in, my disciplined trades improved by 40%. My shadow trades, surprisingly, profitable. Turns out my shadow had instincts I ignored, saw patterns I couldn't see, reacted to things I denied. We stopped being enemies. We became partners. Here's the truth. Your shadow isn't your weakness. It's your repressed power. Integrate it, or it will disintegrate you. The choice is yours. But choose soon. Because whether you like it or not, your shadow is already trading.
Section 17. The Future Self Protocol. What if I told you the best trades I ever made weren't mine? They were made by my future self. I just showed up and executed them. Sounds crazy, right? Let me explain. Every night before bed, I do something strange. I meet him, my future self, 10 years ahead. This isn't some fuzzy visualization. It's a real meeting, a ritual. 10:30 p.m., the preparation. Shower, fresh clothes, like I'm going on a date, because I am. A date with destiny. 10:45 p.m., the portal. I step into a quiet room, just me and a single candle. I sit across from an empty chair, close my eyes, breathe deep. Then I speak. I'm ready to meet you, the version of me who made it, the one who figured it out. Please, come. 10:50 p.m., the arrival. I feel him before I see him. Calm, confident, lightly amused. He takes the seat across from me and always says the same thing.
You called? I need guidance, I tell him. You need remembering, he replies. 10:55 p.m. The download. I ask him about tomorrow, not for tips, for perspective, and he delivers. Tomorrow, you'll choose comfort or growth. Choose growth. You'll feel the moment. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., you'll want to revenge trade. That's not revenge, that's fear. Let it pass. You'll see a setup that scares you. That's the one. Take it. 11 p.m. The integration. Before he fades, always the same ritual. I ask, how did you get here? He says, by showing up, day by day, trade by trade. Was it worth it? I ask. He smiles. Look at me. What do you think? And then he's gone, but something lingers. A knowing, a calm, a certainty. 11:05 p.m. The journal. I write it all down, every word. Next morning, I read it, like scripture, because it is. The results are undeniable. Trades feel predestined, losses become lessons, wins feel inevitable, and fear, it disappears. How can you fear what you've already survived? How can you doubt what you've already achieved? You're not predicting, you're remembering. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a vivid imagination, an old memory, and a future reality. So when you meet your future self, you're not fantasizing. You're building neural pathways to become that version of you. Each meeting makes the path clearer. Each conversation brings it closer. Until one day, you realize, that future self you kept meeting, that's you now. The circle closes. The timeline merges. You didn't find success. You remembered it into existence. Try it tonight. 2 chairs, a quiet space. Invite your future self. Ask just one question. What do I need to know? Then listen. Really listen. Your future is speaking.
Section 18. The Quantum Entanglement Effect. This is where things get strange. Stranger than anything we've talked about so far. But I have to tell you, because it's real. Trade long enough, deep enough, consciously enough, and something shifts. You don't just watch the market. You entangle with it. Not in a poetic sense, in a quantum one. You begin to know things you shouldn't know. You feel moves before they happen. You dream of charts that later appear. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Traders call it the zone. Me? I call it market entanglement. My first experience? August 2021. Wednesday, 3 a.m. I jolted awake. No reason. But I knew Euro-USD is about to spike. Not a thought, a knowing. Like knowing your hand is your hand. I grabbed my phone, checked the chart. Flat. No news, nothing happening. But the feeling was undeniable. I got up, went to my desk, placed a full-size buy order, and went back to bed. 6 a.m. plus 400 pips. No strategy, no indicators, just pure, unshakable knowing. And then it started happening more. Think about closing a trade, phone rings with news confirming it. Dream of a price, market hits it to the pip. Sudden nausea, major reversal minutes later. Random lyrics, the next trade signal hidden inside. Not once, not rarely, often. You're not losing it. You're going quantum. Here's the science behind it. Quantum entanglement means two particles become linked. No matter how far apart they are, one reacts when the other does. You and the market? After enough time, you're connected, entangled. Your awareness and the price action, two sides of the same force. So how do you reach this level? 1. Extended exposure. Same market, every day. Same time frame, same rituals. Let the patterns burn into you. 2. Emotional investment. Not obsession with outcome, but full presence in process. Care deeply. Let the craft matter. 3. Subconscious saturation. Look at charts before sleep. Read only trading books. Listen to market podcasts. Dream in candlesticks. 4. Trust the weird. Track the synchronicities. Follow your gut, small size at first. Spot patterns within patterns. Let mystery lead. But be warned, entanglement is power, and power without wisdom, that's dangerous. You'll start to know what's coming, but knowing is not controlling. You'll feel the future, but feeling doesn't mean forcing. Stay humble, or the market will humble you. Stay grateful, or the gift will vanish. When entanglement peaks, you're not trading anymore. You're dancing with the market, leading and following, creating and responding simultaneously. No gap between you and price. No delay between intuition and action. Just flow. Just art. Just mastery. This is what waits on the other side of everything I've told you.
Section 19. The infinite game. Everyone's playing the wrong game. They think trading is about making money, about being right, about beating the market or hitting goals. But here's the truth. That's the finite game. The masters, they play something different. They play the infinite game. Finite games have winners and losers, a beginning and an end, fixed rules, players who quit. But the infinite game, it has no finish line. Its rules evolve, and its players, they grow, they endure. Finite traders burn out, blow up, give up. Infinite traders compound, evolve, and transcend. When you shift to the infinite game, losses don't destroy you, they teach you. Wins don't define you, they fund you. The markets don't stress you out, they fascinate you. And time becomes irrelevant. Only growth matters. I made that shift with just one sentence. I was broke again, account blown, career over. Then my mentor asked me, what if this is just chapter 3 of a 50-chapter book? Everything changed. It wasn't positive thinking. It was perspective thinking. Because in a 50-chapter story, chapter 3's disaster just set up for chapter 7's comeback. Chapter 11's win just fuel for chapter 15's wisdom. And chapter 23's mastery, the foundation of chapter 30's innovation. You can't lose an infinite game. You can only stop playing. And that is the only way to lose. So ask yourself, if I knew I'd trade for 50 more years, how would I trade today? Still revenge trade? Still skip your homework? Still break your own rules? What if every single trade was teaching you something you'd need in year 30? Patience in year 1 pays off in year 10. Discipline in year 5 compounds in year 15. Humility in year 10 saves you in year 20. The infinite player's creed. I don't trade to arrive. I trade to evolve. I don't trade to win. I trade to learn. I don't trade to prove. I trade to improve. I don't trade against anyone. I trade with everyone. I don't trade for endings. I trade for beginnings. Every loss is tuition. Every win is fuel.
Every day is practice for a game that never ends. Your choice. Keep playing finite games, chase returns, compare to others, burn out, quit, or play the infinite game. Chase growth, compare only to yesterday's you, compound for 50 years, transcend. The game is infinite. The players are few. The rewards, everything. Not just money, mastery. Not just success, significance. Not just winning, becoming. Go back to where you started. Remember the one who thought discipline was the problem? They were playing finite games. But now you know better. You know the real game, the only game worth playing, the game that never ends. The final integration. 60 minutes ago, you thought discipline was the issue. But now you know the truth. Discipline was never the problem. You were trading from someone else's identity. Your trauma was pressing the buttons. Your shadow was calling the shots. Your beliefs were your boundaries. And your finite thinking, it was killing your edge. But now you know. Markets are mirrors of your consciousness. Trading is the greatest tool for personal growth. Every loss is a teacher. Every win is a test. Strategy doesn't create results. Identity does. The game is infinite, if you can see it. From $2 million disaster to infinite player. From dopamine addict to reality architect. From desperate trader to explorer of self. From finite prisoner to infinite dancer. This isn't the end. This is your beginning. The 10 laws of trading psychology. Your account balance reflects your internal balance. Every blown stop is a note from your past self. The market pays you what you believe you deserve. Your biggest winning streak may be a countdown to collapse. Your trades replay your family trauma. The trader who needs to win has already lost. Scarcity mindset creates scarcity outcomes. Time is psychological. Master the mind, master time. Your frequency creates your reality. Your future self is already trading through you. These aren't rules. They're reminders of what you've always known. The ultimate call. Look at yourself now, not your account, yourself. Feel that? Something shifted. That shift is worth more than any profit because profits fade, but who you become, that's forever. Type infinite, not for me, for you, to declare I am ready. Ready to stop playing small, ready to stop trading from pain, ready to stop fighting yourself, ready to become who you were meant to be. And when you're ready, the teacher appears. That teacher is you, the real you, the infinite you, the you that's been waiting. I showed you the door. Only you can walk through it. The market is waiting, but more importantly, your infinite self is waiting. This isn't the end. This is your true beginning. Welcome to the infinite game. Now go. Create your reality. Not tomorrow, now. Because in the infinite game, now is all there is. And now changes everything. If you choose it, the choice has always been yours. Choose wisely. Choose infinitely. Choose now. Your old self just spent 60 minutes dying. What gets born is up to you. But choose quickly. The market opens soon. And the trader who shows up, that's who you become. See you on the other side, where the infinite players play, where consciousness creates capital, where you finally become who you always were. Infinite. The game has begun. Your move.